I can.
Yeah, my question is, I'm looking at the Christian conception of God, or the popular Christian conception of God, where they talk about God as love, and God is sort of looked like as a father, and He's always watching out, make sure you don't get in a car wreck, and make sure you don't get cancer. And from a Sikh point of view, I think they would say, well, it's not like God doesn't love you. If you get in a car wreck, well, it's not, if you do or you don't, God loves you the same. Whereas from a
Yep.
Christian point of view, oh, God saved you. But from a Sikh point of view, God loves you either way. And so for me, it seemed like God is more abstract, but you also said God is love. So I'm trying to figure out the Christian emotional God, and then the Sikh conception of God, which is more universal. And I just don't quite understand the two. So that's my question.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. The major component in this whole game is karam, right? So, or karma. So there are two meanings of karam. One is His grace, other is our actions. So a lot of times when bad things happens to us, it's because of our actions. Just like Newton's third law of motion, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, right? So mostly it all depends on our action. For example, just like you gave a beautiful example of a car wreck, right? So what happens in a car wreck? In a car wreck, somebody is at fault, right? Either we are distracted with the phone or something. Yes, undue things also happen. Somebody can crash into your car also. I totally believe in that. But what I'm saying is there has to be some reasoning, some action has come to the play. And sometimes people say, oh, he was such a nice guy. Why it happened to that person, right? We don't know. We don't know what were his or her previous karmas in the previous births also. We don't know. So it is like whatever you sow, so shall you reap, right? Ape beej, ape hi khaye. Whatever seeds you will put, that's the thing which you're going to get. God doesn't hold grudges. Vaheguru doesn't hold grudges. Okay, this person is doing my praises. He's not doing my praises. He's a bad guy. He's a good guy. No, nothing like that. It is us. It's our game. We are playing the game. We are responsible for our actions. So that's why we read that last body about pair. Remember, we talked about I know Christians and other religions also talk about the fear of God, but the difference is here the fear of God is out of love, whereby you say that, hey, I don't want to, I don't want to do something wrong to somebody because everybody has Vaiguruji in them. So actually, if you will think about it, the fear of God makes us more pure, makes us do the rational things. What is fear of God? Just rational thinking. If you are, that's what we talk about the game of Maya, right? It's very important to understand Triguna Maya, three qualities. When we are in this body, we are playing that game. It's basically the thoughts are keep on coming in our head all the time. The Rajogun thoughts, Tamogun thoughts, Satogun thoughts. We don't have a control on our thoughts. And that's the game. The game is to remove these thoughts, automatic thoughts. When I say remove of thoughts, the automatic thoughts have a control of our mind. And once we will have a control of our mind, we can reach to a enlightenment stage or the fourth stage where we can meet Vaheguru. But till the time that is not happening, when we are going through all our thoughts will dictate our karmas, our actions, our karma. Whatever thought we will have, we will, if we have a thought of hating someone, we'll do something hateful. you know if we will have some, and to be honest, you talked about love. Sometimes we don't understand love. I'll give you an example. For example, I have a 9 years old daughter and somebody has a 9 years old daughter. Both are in an argument. If I am saying my daughter is right, and I think because I love her, that is not love, that is attachment. Love would be to see everybody equal, and the other 9 years old daughter is also somebody's daughter, is also maybe she's right? So seeing everything equally with the rationality rather than with emotions and all that stuff. Emotions are necessary, but in a logical way, right? You don't favor things because somebody is on your own. That's why it is very important to know that whosoever you think is your own, you have a relationship with them of this body, right? Unless you have a relationship with them through gurmat, guru's mat. And if everybody, for example, right now we are sitting here discussing, and we are taking the intellect, the wisdom of Guru, Tan Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, then that is gonna be the real love of the Sangat. And that is the relationship we should make with our family, our friends, and all. Then we can think with rationality. Otherwise, it will not be there. Otherwise, we'll be always biased. Some Tragun three qualities thought would be there. Attachment will be there. So, for example, if I agree with someone on some topic, I start liking him or her. If I disagree with them, then I dislike them. Then that means the rationality here is okay because I like the other person's thought. That's why Guru Sahib says, leave your wisdom aside and take the wisdom of Gurbani. But what is Gurbani? What Gurbani is directly coming from Vaheguru. And that says that we are playing a game. We have to come out of this dragon, these three qualities, which are our emotions by created by these five thieves, and then only we can move to the fourth stage. And that's how then that is the love where we will see Vaheguruji in everybody. Then it will not matter whether the other child is my child or not my child, because I will see the jot in that child. Jot as in the light of Vaheguruji in that time. Till that time, it is just the process to win over our mind through meditation, through Simran, through through his praises, through the remembrance. Does it make sense, Howard?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
All right. So let's start. So that's a very good actually starting point. We talked about the pa or the dar or the fear in the last Shabad of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Now from here, Guru Nanak Dev Ji actually talks about that there's only one who is a nirpa, who is fearless, who doesn't have fear of anything. And let's read the Shabad and then we will go in the explanation. Nanak nirpa nirankar और केते राम रवाल केतियां कन कहानियां केते वेद विचार केते नच्चे मंगते गिड़मुड़ पूरे ताल बाजारी बाजार में आए कड़े बाजार गावे राजे रानियां बोले आल पताल लख टकियां के मुंदड़े लख टकियां के हार जित तन पाइये नानका से तन होवे छार ज्ञान न गल्लई ढूंढिए कथना करड़ा सार कर्म मिले ता पाइये और हिकमत हुक्म खुआर. So here Guru Nanak Dev Ji is talking about Nirankar. Nirankar is without form. Vaheguruji is without form. He's saying only Vaheguruji is fearless. Hor kete Ram Rawal. There are many Rams. There are many Krishnas. These are Hindu deities. Many came. They so-called avatars of Vaheguruji, but they were not fearless. They were not nirpav. They also had a fear. So that's why Maharaj is saying, Vaheguruji is saying here that the others like Rama, they were just dust. Why they were dust? Because their body at the end died. Only the formless Vaheguru is who is actually fearless. Anybody who came in the form, they became a dust, right? Kete Ram Rawal. And this is actually beautiful thing, right? Out here. So some people, they say, I mean, I'm not going to go much about it, but just high level. Some people say, oh, the Sikhs believe in Hindu deities and all. But if you will actually read the Gurbani actually criticized a lot of the rituals part of Hinduism. And here also is saying basically Vaiguruji is giving us, intellect of wisdom out here, saying that you are doing this idol worship of Ram. You bring the idols, Ram, Lakshman, or Krishna. These are all Hindu deities, different idols you bring at your home. And what is they are made of? They are made of dust. They are going to be dust. So if you are going to worship a dust, if you are going to meditate on dust, you are also going to be dust. And if you are thinking that you can become a nirpau by worshipping a nirpau, you will never be. Only Vaiguruji is nirpau. That's why at the start itself, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Ik Oankar Satnam Karta Purakh Nirpau, fearless. Then only, so the here also repeating the same thing. Nanak Nirpau Nirankar. Only the Nirankar is Nirpau. Only the Vaiguru, fearless, formless Vaiguru is Nirpau. Nobody else. Ketiyan kan kahaniyan, kete bed bichar. They're saying there's so many stories about Kan is Krishna. There's so many stories about the Krishnas, and there are so many Vedas, the intellectual books which have been written. But if we read those stories, we might feel happiness and all that stuff. But there's even the Christian was not a fearless. Now Maharaj changes the gear out here and says, Kete nache mangte, gedmud pure tal. Now he's talking about the beggars or the dancers on the street dancers, basically. They say they dance and basically beg for money by performing on the street and all. What exactly Maharaj is speaking out here is that we all are doing things for this body, for this dust, for this human body. We are not doing anything for our mind. So even that some people think that they can meet Vaheguru by dancing and all that stuff, you're not gonna get it. And Maharaj goes ahead. Bajari bajar mein bajar is a street. Bajari bajar mein Aaye Kade Bajar. He's talking about the street performers there. That street performers are singing loud, performing on the street, and they are saying certain things. They are singing, and actually, the next line is connected line. Gave Raje Raniya, Bole Al Patal. They are singing the stories of kings and queens, and they're speaking things. Some people understand, some people don't understand, but everything they are doing is they are doing for this body. They are not doing anything for their mind. Lak takyan ke mundade, lak takyan ke har. They are wearing these jewelries which are millions of dollars or something, or rupees, right? And mundare is mundari, these rings and these jewelries. They are wearing this, but Mara is saying, and they are basically making their body beautiful by doing some fashion or something. But they don't understand at the end of the day, this body is also going to be dust. That they don't understand that they are not body. Basically, whole world, Maharaj is talking about Vaiguruji, the intellect is that here everybody is going to perish one day. So we are not doing anything. So if you hear the story of Ram, that's what this Shabad got started. People who are not from Indian background, or the kids who are born here and all, mostly they don't know. There people from India, they know about because they've seen Ramayana. In Ramayana, it's a quick story. There's a king, his name is Ram, his wife is Sita, and they're showing he's a very good character person. And there is a dispute in his house. Basically, his stepmother, because he's the eldest, and they know that he's going to become a king of that particular area. They say that he sacrificed his kingdomship, and he gave his kingdomship to his step brother, and he left to the jungles for 14 years with his younger brother called Lakshman, another younger brother called Lakshman, and with his wife Sita. They are living in the jungle, and then Ravan comes, and Ravan is he is a king of Sri Lanka, now called Lanka, and he kidnaps Sita and takes her for whatever reason. There is a reason for that, but let's go high level. And then basically Ram, with the help of Hanuman, who is a monkey god, and with the with others, he builds a bridge over the sea to the Lanka, and then he fights with Ravan, and he kills him, and he brings his wife back. So this is a high level story. What is spiritual in this story? Right? He was doing the same things which normal person do, everything for the body. So, but they consider him as a god. That's why Guru Nanak Dev Ji started this Nanak Nirpo Nirankar. He also, the Ram was also full of fear. He feared what will happen to his wife. He feared what will happen to his kingdomship. He feared in a lot of things. So all his life he was under stress, under fear. So that's why Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying that we worship people, humans. We are not worshipping formless Vaheguru. That's the point. Is there? So everybody, doesn't matter any human being. That's why it's he, the Krishna and Ram. They were just like us. They were just like any other human beings. And we know the story of Krishna also. There is a Maharab story in the Mahabharata, where because of Krishna there was a fight, or there was a war between Pandavas and Kauravas. There were two different groups, and they were actually brothers. They were cousins, basically, not brothers. They were cousins, but still they had a war between them, and it was because of Krishna. So again, nothing related to spirituality. Everything was related to the physical body. Everything was related to the kingdomship. Everything was related to the area. So nothing spiritual about it. And he also had a fear, right? So that's what Maharaj is telling us, that they were also just like normal human beings, like other kings and queens. They were no special, like like the street performers who are performing on the street. And they were also wearing these jewelries and beautiful clothes and expensive stuff. Everything is Maya. Everything is going to perish one day. So Nanak Dev Ji is reiterating it again and again to us. And then he says, Gyan na gali tundi hai, kathana karda sar. Sar is like iron. He's saying that just by talking, or just by talking about the stories of these so-called kings and queens and these warriors, we are not gonna get a gyan. See, here in the gyan is a wisdom, here are knowledge. Here in the gyan there is an onkar. Onkar means it is talking about a singular gyan. This gyan is not this worldly wisdom. This is Brahm Gyan. Brahm Gyan as in the Gyan of Vaheguru, how to meet Vaheguru. That's what Guru Nanak Dev Ji is talking about here. Gyan na galli tundiye. That if you want to have a knowledge of how to meet Vaheguru, how to merge back with Vaheguru, you cannot find it by just talking about it, or by just talking about the different stories. Yes, it is good to know these historical stuff. Sometimes we get an inspiration, but that's it. Nothing more than that. They are not gonna help us meeting Vaheguru. Kathana Katrasar. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying, and this knowledge, this Brahm Gyan, is so difficult to talk about, to say that it is like eating iron, right? It is so difficult. Just like you can't eat iron, you can't chew the iron. Similarly, this Brahm Gyan, the wisdom of God, is very difficult to talk about it. It is only to experience. Only people who will do the meditation, who will do the chanting, who will try to meet Vaheguru, and with the Gur Prasad, with his kirpa, with his blessings, then only we can get it. Again, and that is the next line. Karam mile ta paiye, aur hikmat hukam khuar. Karam. Here, the karam has a siari. Here, the karam is blessing. If his blessings are there, then only we can do it. Even if we will try so much time, but if we are doing chanting and there is no love and it's all dry, Vaheguru, 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 or anything, Kirtan, anything, but we are doing it in a dry way, no, we are not going to get it. We are going to surrender ourselves, 100% surrender. I am nothing. You are everything. Full surrender. And that's the thing when we matha take. That's why people don't understand the meaning of matha take. They have matha take as in putting your forehead in the front of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. When people put their forehead in front of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, they are doing it as a ritual. That is a contract. That from today onwards, I surrender everything. When I say everything, again, it's not worldly things, as in my whole wisdom, intellect to you. From today onwards, my whole aim of life is to take wisdom from you, the Brahm Gyan from you. Then only we can meet Vaheguru. Everything, and we don't go behind our emotional feelings, because we understand these emotional feelings are given by the five thieves. And these five thieves, the governor of these five thieves is Kal, and Kal is continuously giving us these. So we know that if we will go behind our thoughts, we will also perish, just like anybody, just like these street performers, just like these beggars, just like these kings and queens. So that's why any spiritual person, doesn't matter which religion they belong to, they at the end, when they practice spirituality, when they do meditation, they understand that whatever they are doing is nothing, because at the end of the day, what will happen? I do meditation, I chant, I am doing this thing, which will bring only ego. And ego is the biggest wall. The only thing you can do is surrender, 100% surrender. If something bad happens to us, we accept us. We accept it. We say, yes, this must be good for me. If something good happens, then also we accept it. We don't challenge that, oh, why it happened to me. We accept it, 100% surrender. That is necessary. And then karam will come. The Gur Prasad will come. He will, when we go to the Gurdwara, at the end of any program, Kirtan or Katha, we are given, Kada Prasad, Deg Prasad. Actually, in many other religions also, something sweet is given. Something sweet is given. So even when we will do this Nama Abhyas, this Kamai, without thinking of that I am doing anything, rather than saying he is helping me doing it, he is the one who is doing it, I am just the instrument. And then the karam will come, then the Gur Prasad will come, then the sweet thing will come, and there is a nishani for that. Sikhi, the Gurbani defines that. The nishani, the sign for that, nishani is a sign. The sign for that is our mouth will start getting sweet. You can ask a lot of kirtanis, the people who sing kirtan, meditators, and that is a nishani for our meditation also. When we will do Vaheguru Simran, what will happen with when our naam, the khajana will be deposited, our swas, our breath will be deposited. For example, breath is happening, in and out is happening all the time, but we are wasting that time in talking about petty things, in discussing something else, by watching movies, by listening to songs, wasting our time, right? But when we start utilizing this stuff and always remembering Vaheguru with every breath, swas swas simran, Vaheguru, 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 all the time, then our breaths are deposited in the khajana, in the treasure of Vaheguru. And in response to that, we get a sweet mouth taste. Our mouth will start getting sweet. Amrit ras, that is called Amrit ras, will come in our mouth. And that sweetness will be so beautiful that the more Simran you will do, the more your mouth will be sweet. And that will be something you can't, you will be, you can't explain it to others. And you will say, oh, I don't want to eat food because I'm going to lose this taste. You will be so much into it. Hanji Harpreet.
So Vijay, like literally sweet, or I mean, like you will speak sweet. I mean,
Gyan na gallai tundiye, kathna karda sar. This is very difficult to explain. Very difficult. It is something which you will experience.
okay.
Yes. And it is more sweeter. There are some gurmukhs here. If they volunteer themselves, then they can. But I'm not gonna take anybody's name. They got so much sweetness that sometimes it was more sweeter than gulab jamun. I know some gurmukhs. They used to take medicine, bitter medicine, and before they started doing the meditation, they used to, they were not able to take that medicine. It was so bitter. They used to dread that, man, if I'm going to take this medicine, my whole mouth is going to be so bitter. But when they started doing the meditation, when they were totally into it, they used to put the meditation on their tongue, and boom, there's no bitterness because their mouth was sweet. And that's a reality. But these are the things, again, Gyanana Gallai Tundiye. This is not something which we can just talk about it. This is something which you need to experience it. And that experience will happen only with Gur Prasad, you know, by singing his praises, by he blessing us, by his grace, right? Trying to use some English words in that, right? Otherwise, it's just a talk. Okay.
So I mean, like you will eat, even if you eat something salt, you will feel sweet.
Again, you're asking me things which are something you have to experience. Everybody has a different experience, right? It doesn't mean that you will lose your taste for your food and all. It will mean that you are always satisfied. Santokh will come, right? Your desires will start going away. You will still eat food. You will still do certain things. But and then the moment you will start doing ninda chugli, the moment you will start doing gossiping and slandering, the moment you were doing cheating and hate, that sweetness will go away. It's so, and that I'm serious about it, right? Actually, there is a story of these two gurmukhs, real story. I have seen this. These two gurmukhs, they were fighting, and this has happened in spirituality also, competition, right? Who is better? And these two were arguing. These two guys were arguing, and this gurmukh went to them. It's like, you guys are gurmukhs, right? I mean, you do meditation. How come you don't understand that argument? You can't do argument, right? He said, oh, I am better than him. He had an ego, basically. It's like, how you're better than him? How can you be better than anybody? He said, no, I am better than him. He said, wow. He said, I get Amrit Ras. He doesn't get Amrit Ras. And you know what that Gurmukh asked him? That Gurmukh asked him, he said, okay, now when you're talking about the Amrit Ras, the sweetness in your mouth, are you getting it right now? And he went silent. That was the realization. He was like, I'm sorry. You're right. My sweetness went away. So how you behave in your daily life. So if you start doing ego about it, if you have an ego about it, and if you start doing slandering and gossiping and lies and cheating and stealing, these things will go away. You only get Amrit Ras when you deposit your breath, every breath which you say Vaheguru with. When I say Vaheguru with every breath, meaning you are listening to that, right? That breath is deposited in the treasure of Vaheguru. And in as a gift, Vaheguru Ji give us this sweetness. Okay, and then a lot of things in this body, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is revealing about these things. Let's read it. Body nadar kare je apni, ta nadri satgur paya. Eho jio bahute karam paramya. Sorry. Eho jio bahute janam paramya. Ta satgur shabad sunaya. Satgur jevad data ko nahi. Sab suneo lok sabaaya. Satgur ਮਿਲਿਆ ਸੱਚ ਪਾਇਆ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਆਪ ਗਵਾਇਆ ਜਿਨੋ ਜਿਨ ਸੱਚੋ ਸੱਚ 부ਝਾਇਆ ਜਿਨੀ ਸੱਚੋ ਸੱਚ 부ਝਾਇਆ. Here Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying, ਨਦਰ ਕਰੇ ਜੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਤਾਂ ਨਤਰੀ ਸਤਗੁਰ ਪਾਇਆ. So you will see that people who have surrendered themselves fully, there is a nishani, there is a sign. They will always say, his nadar should always be there on us. Nadar as in nazar or sight, his eyes, he's always looking at us all the time. They always pray in front of Vaheguruji. They don't ask for worldly things. They don't ask for worldly things. They don't say, Vaheguruji, please give me a car. Please give me a beautiful house. Please give me a beautiful wife. They don't do this. What they do, they say, give me naam. Give me your nadar, your nazar, that you are always taking care of me. How? Because when the nadar happens, then you don't do bad karmas. Then you always remember him. Then you always, there is a fear of Vaheguru that if I am going to do something bad, he is going to put his face away from me. That is a person like me, right? Like you, like everybody. We are in fear that, hey, what will happen if he will remove his face away from us, right? So that thing, that ardas, that prayer in front of Arjoi, Benti. So that's why Gurmukh will keep on doing that prayer, that Benti. And that Benti can be in any words. Say, Vaheguruji, just give me that beautiful sight. Give me that mercy. Be always be looking at me so that I don't do any bad actions. And I am always singing your praises. I only want one thing, your naam. And what naam? In the next line, Maharaj clears that what that naam is. Eh jio bahute janam paramya, ta satgur shabad sunaya. This human being has been in various Junes, 84 lakh Junes, lot of reincarnations, an insect, a cat, a dog, a spider, a fish, a dinosaur, which is extinct now. So many lives we have, 8.4 million lives before we have spent, and then we got this human body. E jio bahute janam paramya, ta satgur shabad sunaya. And now Satguru, as in Vaheguru, has felt pity on us. See, there's translation. That's why I don't read the translations. They are not correct. And he felt pity on us. Satguru Shabad Sunaya, and he gave us, then we heard that Shabad. See, Shabad has an onkar in it. It is singular. Whenever something has an onkar, this word has an onkar, means it is singular. Singular means it is Anhat Shabad. The Sahaj Tun, the voice of Vaheguru. See, the mercy is happening here. The Guru Prasad is this. He will take us out of this Tragun Maya by showing us, or when we will start listening to his voice. Where is that voice? Where is that sound, that Anhat Shabad? That sound is also formless, right? The Naam, that is also called Naam, that is also called Sahaj Tun, that is also called Naad, That name in English words, that name is also formless. That is that Shabad. Where is that Shabad? Guru Sahib says, Nonid Amrit Prabh ka naam, Dehi mein iska bishram. That Shabad, that Anhad Shabad, with that Shabad, we can connect back to the Vaheguru that is inside our body, in every body. Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, white, black, Chinese, everybody. Everybody has that Shabad. But why don't we listen to it if that is there in everybody? If that sound, that celestial sound, the cosmic sound, if it is there in everybody, why don't we listen it? Because we have too many thoughts in our head. And with Vaheguruji's kirpa, when his kirpa will happen, when his blessings will happen, when we'll meditate, when the whole purpose of doing Simran is to remove these thoughts. Once these thoughts will go less and less and less and less. First we talked about the Amrit Ras, then Anhad Shabad will come. And the more sound, the loud sound you will hear, the more sweetness will come in your mouth. Right? And why Guruji do that kirpa to us? He feels pity. He says that he has gone through 8.4 million Junes. Now I want to take him out of these 8.4 million Junes. And he blesses us with this Shabad. Satgur Shabad Sunaya. Satgur Jevad Data Ko Nahi. Sab Suneo Lok Subaya. Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying, I have heard about so many avatars, so many humans, so many people. But like Satgur, there is no one. He doesn't, he just blesses us. He just gives us things. Keep on giving us the gift. You know, the realization will come, if it has not already, to people out here who are listening, the realization will come that even this body is a gift. This human body is a gift. What if we are just an insect? What if we are just an animal? What if we are depending on, and whatever we have, we should be thankful. Whatever job we have, whatever, if we are eating a food, we should be thankful. There's so many people in this world, they don't get food in time. You know, we should be thankful about everything, all these gifts. So that's why Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying, like him, there is no one else. He gives us everything. Satgur Jevardata ko nahi. Sab suneo lok subaya. I have heard about lot of people. Sare lokan de bare. So many people I've heard about. But like him, there is no one. Satgur milya sach paya. Jinne vichon aap gawaya. Person who will surrender, who will remove his ego. Satgur milya sach paya. Then Satgur will bless him and you will meet the Sach, you will meet the Vaheguru, you will become one with Vaheguru by surrendering, total surrendering, by removing the ego, removing the I factor. Vichon aap gawaya. We have to lose. We have to lose to win. What is happening in this world? I want to win. I want to win. Competition, competition, competition. You are in any field. I told you, even in spirituality, who is the better Baba? Who is the better Baba? Oh, my Baba is better. My Paisab is better. Right? I. R. But with what Vaheguruji is saying, that you have to lose yourself. You don't have to win. Neech. Nanak neech kahe vichar. You have to become a neech, low, not lowly by your actions. By when you're sitting in the Sangat, that feeling should be there. The only feeling that I am the lowest. I am the worst. Jin aisa kar janya. If somebody has felt like that, he's my friend. Kabirji says that. Kabirji says, if somebody has felt this, that he is the lowest, he's my friend. Not the governor of the state, not the president of the country. Yes, Harpreet.
Virji, so I mean, like, I try to like, but like in office, right? We have to show off our work. Like we are doing this every day. Like, okay, like we did this, we did that, right? So that increases the ego, right? So I mean, how can we stop that? Because in every Scrum meeting, we have to tell, okay, I mean, I did this, I performed these actions. So I mean, I don't feel like telling, but that we have to tell, and that increases the ego, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you the game is different, right? The game is total reverse. Putti game. Total reverse. Whatever we live at, in our offices and all, who is performing, who is doing it. At the end of the day, that's why Gurbani says that remember Vaheguru with every breath, all the time. If something good happens, says thank you. Something bad happens, say thank you. Do your work. Nobody's telling you not to do the work. Balance it out. In your mind, there should not be that I am superior than others. That thought should not be there.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Whatever
Okay,
is
so
happening, if something good is happening, it's because of the Kirpa of Vaheguruji.
right.
Be
So
thankful.
even if you are telling, okay, you have done this work, kind of you have achieved this,
You have
but
to, right? You
yeah,
have
yeah,
to.
right.
You
But
have
you
to. You
still,
can't, if your boss or whatever, if your project has given you some work, especially in the agility, in agile model, in the
right,
stand-up meetings and every day in the morning, you have to tell, okay, what did you do yesterday?
right,
Right? You have to tell them, but that's fine. But in your head, it is not me, it's Vaheguruji,
right,
right?
right, yeah,
That's
right.
that's the whole thing. Why we do chanting, why they say that, oh, we should remember the Vaheguru all the time, or we should increase our Simran time, so that that thought is predominant in our head, that I am nothing, he is everything.
Hmm.
Mera mujh mein kich nahi, jo kich hai so tera. Right?
Hmm.
Everything is yours. I don't have anything. Whatever I'm doing is because of you. Right?
Hmm.
That is the surrender. And it comes slowly. I mean, even I struggle sometimes, right? And then I realize, right?
Hmm.
So that's the thing, that realization has to be there all the time, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Satgur mile sach paya, jinni vichon aap gawaya, jinni sacho sach bujaya, jinni sacho sach bujaya, and then we will meet the such. Then we will discover the such. Again, such has a onkar, means Vaheguru. Here the such is Vaheguru. The truth is Vaheguru. Then we will meet the Vaheguru. If we'll surrender, we will see the steps. So if we'll see from top to the bottom, first, Shabad Sunaya. First, you will listen to that Shabad. After listening to the Shabad, what will happen? If you'll keep on listening to the Shabad, now let's come to the practicality of this, what we learn from here. So first, we'll do Guru Mantra Jap, right? Let's actually do 5 minutes, and then we will step ahead. Let's do 5 minutes, Simran. Let's close our eyes and listen to our own voice. Why Guru, 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 Vai, Guru, Guru, Vai, 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 Guru, 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 Guru. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Who feels sleepy during Simran? Very good. That's a very good sign. No, trust me, it's a very good sign. So especially when we do Saj and Simran and Saj, it's slowly going down and down. So remember one thing: there is two kinds of sleeps. This is just a um, one kind of a sleep is when your body is tired, right? If you are going in that sleep, that means your body needs a rest. Very simple. But then there is a second type of sleep. That second type of sleep, your body is not tired, you are perfectly okay. But when you start doing Simran, the thoughts in your head is clearing it up. And then you go in a sleep. That sleep is called Sun Smad in Gurbani. Smadhi, Sun. That is a good sleep. But the nishani, the sign that you went into the samadhi is when you will come out of it, your body will feel energy. You will be fresh. Sometimes, when you do a normal sleep, and what is happening is when you go in the sleep and get up and you are actually more tired, you want to directly go to the bed. Not that sleep. That is the normal sleep. The samadhi is when you go in the sleep and come out fresh. That samadhi, initially you will not know where your mind is, or sometimes you will know the simran will be going on in the background. But when you keep on going in samadhi, then this shabad which Guru Sahib is talking about, Anhad Shabad, this Anhad Shabad, this sound, the voice of Vaheguru, you will start hearing that. Your mouth will start getting mittha. But to do that, you have to do a lot of simran. And then some people have to do less, sometimes has some, there's no measurement for that. But the thing is, you listen to your own voice, try to remove your thoughts. Only if your mind is going out, try to bring your mind back and listen to it. And then you will go in that sleep. But rule number one, don't sleep in sangat. Even if you are going in the samadhi, don't do it in the sangat, not in the gurdwara. Do it at your home. Rule number one, because it will be odd, right? If somebody is just sleeping in the sangat, and it's distracting for others, right? But to do it if you're getting into it, it's okay. It's a good thing. Do it at your home, right? And then go in that samadhi for as much longer as you can. Whole night, right? Do simran, get in that samadhi, come out of it, do simran, go back in that samadhi. Keep on doing that whole night. That is the night is for. And trust me, when you will be in the morning going ready for the work, you'll be very fresh. Trust me. I mean, you will feel good. You will be able to focus more in your work also. So it's very good. But we have few minutes, couple of minutes I'll spend on this. Um, I know it will open up a lot of questions, but you can hold on your questions. But listen to that. There are stages, right? When we do Swas Gras Simran, loud Simran, which we were doing, Why Guru, Why Guru, Why Guru. Then we do Swas Simran, Guru, 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 or then number three is Antargat Simran, when you are silent and you're doing the Simran in your mind, right? And you might be doing very loud inside your mind. And the voice is not coming, but inside you're doing what Guru, what Guru, what Guru, or maybe slowly, depends. These are the three things. But but these all three things are still, we are somehow using our physical infrastructure. Okay. When we go virtual in the cloud, as in when we start doing the Antargat Simran, there your journey starts. You have to go inside, not outside. Your journey will start when you start doing the Simran from inside. But don't start with mind Simran, because that never works. Start with your tongue, then go swas, and then slowly go inside. And then after that, you go in the samadhi. And in the samadhi, sometimes you will just doing Sasgara Simran and you will go in samadhi. That is also fine. You go in the samadhi, and that's where Guru Sahib will wake you up with his sound. As in, not your physical body, your mind will wake up. And you might hear a loud sound like a blast. If that happens, don't open your eyes. Don't start looking outside the window. What happened? I'm warning you beforehand, because a lot of people have done that and then say, oh man, I missed the chance. Right? So that happens. Let anything happen. Don't think about what is going on. Surrender. Right? So if that happens, let me know. But don't open your eyes. Don't move your body also. Another thing, don't move physical. Don't do any physical action, because that is virtual stuff which is happening. Spiritual stuff which is happening. Don't move your body. Don't open your eyes. Okay? Any questions? If not, then Fateh for today. It's 4 p.m. All right?
Thank you, Ramanpreet.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
Vajra Khalsa.
Vai Khalsa, Vai Fateh.